and Craig Smoak.
Couple of notes on decommitments, changes, of course, with the NIL and transfer portal. If you think you've heard a story, and then I think we're going to always just hear something new, and it's part of the deal. But a young man named Quan Proctor, 6'3", 200-pound linebacker out of Georgia, posted on Twitter that he was decommitting from, and the picture is of him at Savannah State. He entered the portal. The issue with this is Savannah State's team, according to one of the coaches, said he was never part of the team, called him out. So then Proctor responded to that by basically, and that's a picture of him, by basically saying that he never did say he was from Savannah State, but the picture he posted was of him probably on a visit in a uniform, flexing in a uniform with Savannah State.
Okay, so where are you transferring from then? Because you would think if you were at another program, you at least have one picture of you in the uniform that you were in at that program. Like even like a sweatshirt, like if you were, say, not at Savannah State, but at Delta State, don't you think? I mean, I know when I went to college, one of the first things I did was go to the bookstore and buy a bunch of gear that said Florida State, just like kids come here to Baylor and buy a bunch of Baylor gear. And it's even better if you're an athlete. You don't have to buy it. You just walk in and they throw it at you. And so why? Well, it's just the only picture I had. I don't tend to believe that in today's, camera phone era.
Well, so a lot of back and forth on this. The math doesn't have. This is a story on Outkick. Proctor was released from his national letter of intent, like he said. That means he was not on a team. To enter the portal, a compliance department needs to sign off on paperwork. If he was never on the team, there's no compliance department to sign off on his paperwork. Proctor answered to the untied ends, but didn't really clear anything up. I played for a different team. Of course, I have been entered into the portal. However, there's no record of Proctor playing elsewhere. He's not listed on Savannah State's roster. So he got excited, got caught up in this day and age where everything's on social media, put himself on the picture with Savannah State with a visit. But again, it just kind of got a little mixed up there, and I don't know where he's going to end up or how good of a player he might be.
Probably
I'm
not
player?
worth it.
Like,
Yeah, he's even. Yeah,
I mean, he and then somebody called him out on it, and he tried to call him a clown. It's like, that's the clown, the guy questioning your fake commitment to from the fake school that you went to, from the fake this and the fake that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I remember the fake commitment story from a few years ago. Guy had the whole ceremony and everything, and that just eventually passed, and I don't have to go dig that out of the archives to even see what ended up happening to that kid, if y'all remember that one situation. Yeah. But I don't recall the details because it was something that came and went. But I mean, this is just bizarre, and it just screams to me social media attention. Like, I mean, I can't understand what else it would possibly be. You don't gain anything monetarily from this. You don't end up on a football team as a result of this. Quite the opposite, I would imagine. So guy just in severe need of attention, or thought it was a funny thing to do. I could see some of the humor in it, sort of, but I don't know. It's just very weird. It's just a weird thing to do.
If you're going to put it up on social media or anywhere on the internet, people are going to find it and then look into it.
What I would tell you, though, I have another theory on all these fake commitments and all this stuff, and it's just for my working knowledge of being a dude and having friends who are dudes, that
you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
That this story probably, in its all honesty, started out with, we'll see, there was this girl. And then you get out over your skis to a point where you are now, look, I'm telling you, you get out of your skis to a point where you've lied and lied and lied and lied. Look, Manti Te'o.
I was going to say,
because
there you go.
You see, there was this girl, right? But it wasn't even a girl, and it wasn't even somebody who was real. It was a made-up person altogether, and his life got ruined for a little while. You see, there was this girl. Look, that's how I wound up in Fiddler on the Roof in high school. I wasn't in musicals, but guess what? Because there was a girl in it that I liked, I played Reb Mortka, the innkeeper, in Fiddler on the Roof, and now every time I hear the songs from it, I can go all the way through. I'll do a dance number for you here later, but
Does Amanda know this story?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
I was 16. I mean, but like you're young. You see there's this girl, and you get to the point of you haven't asked yourself, so what's the end game here? Because you think you can work your way through it, and then
Well,
Just
there
weird.
was
yeah,
no
I mean,
girl, though.
maybe is. Yeah. I mean, maybe there was. We don't know. I don't know his situation. We can't even tell what school he goes to. I mean, at this point, but I mean, yeah, it's just a weird attention grab. Whether it was for, a female or whatever his desire. I
Any
mean, just
people at all,
social
yeah.
media attention. Again, like I'm at that point, man, where I know I'm gonna start signing old, but I just don't get it. Like I don't get the need for it, but. I think I was right there in that middle period where like it kind of started to become a thing and yet wasn't really like the everything all the time thing. And so I got to dabble in it and it didn't overtake my life though, to where like that's the first thing I do in the morning and the last thing I do at night and all the stuff that it's become for people. And basically communication, it wasn't my main source of communication for my, young adult years, thankfully, but it is now. And so I can't relate to the desperate need that some people have to just get a few likes and retweets, but there's a crowd for it apparently.
By the way,